Well, that means that now this person would have 50 referrals just generated from those 5 appointments alone, right? Now, of course, could somebody see 50 people in a day? No. Okay? Even if you're like an insomniac, stay up 24 hours or something, there's no way. So what we have to teach our people to do then, since we can't see everybody, is to narrow down the reference base, right? Meaning that to be picky and choosy, to pick out the people who they think would be the best people since we can't see everybody. Doesn't it make sense to kind of see the cream of the crop, right? The best people. When I mean best people, I mean what's most convenient, most interesting, most likely to purchase. I mean those kind of people, right? So like out of these 50, you might, let's just say we narrowed it down, saw like the top 20 people and set up appointments with those. Of course, they all gave 10 referrals also. We're back into the same situation as now we have 200 referrals to deal with, right? We're not going to see all those people. Maybe 5, 10, 15 of them. I mean, we're going to pick the best ones out of the end, right? But what's neat about this is that basically, each and every person, has the opportunity to generate hundreds, if not thousands, of referrals. That they'll probably not even get to see most of. But I always liked that there was too many people to see, because that was a lot different than some of the jobs that I had been accustomed to in the past. See, that gave me a lot of security, knowing that I had more people than I could ever see. Because I worked in the past jobs where I didn't get enough hours. There's always a shortage of work. I mean, the only way for me to get more hours was like to cover somebody's shift, to beg. I mean, I remember I was hoping like people would be sick. Not really, but I mean, you know what I mean? Just because that was the only way to get more hours. Or I don't know if you ever worked at a job where like things were slow at the business and then so they cut back your hours. Or they brought in new people and that cut into your hours. I mean, those kind of things happen. So I love the fact that here I had control of my hours. And therefore I could work as much as I wanted to, and I had the resources to be able to because the referrals were so easy. And I had so many to draw from. That was great. How many companies would kill, be picky and choosy about their clientele? I mean, most companies just fired up to have clientele, And it's nice that we can be able to have that advantage. See, what that does is that gives us a great realm of flexibility and control in what we do on a day-to-day basis. See, we train all of our people to be able to set up their own appointments and set their own schedules up. And that way they can actually customize their schedule exactly like they want it. Meaning that, here's an example. I mean, when I first started, I was in high school. And of course, I played sports in high school. I played varsity tennis, and we had practice that lasted until almost 6 o'clock every day. I didn't have a whole lot of time to work when I was in high school. But I was still able to do 1 or 2 doubles in the evening, because it didn't take that long. I could squeeze 1 or 2 in, periodically through the week. And then I'd work on Saturdays also. I worked very part-time though. 10 or 12 hours a week is about it. Which isn't, that was very part-time, of course, but the company's great, the fact that they allow us to even work that part-time if we need to. And what was nice, though, is that even in high school, working 10 or 12 hours a week, I was making more than some of my friends who were making, working 25 hours a week, just because of, pay and bonuses I'm going to describe here in a little while. But that was nice. But what was better was the fact that if I did need more money, I could schedule more appointments. Meaning, like, if I needed to, I could work on Sunday if I had to, or I could do more on Saturday, take a whole day of work or something. And if I needed more money, I could adjust it like that, and I could control my own hours in that way. It was really nice, though, was when I finished that spring semester and summer would start. I love working during the summer. It was awesome, because they didn't have school to work around, and I really could control my own schedule then. I'm just not a morning person. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like waking up early in the morning. It just isn't one of my, not like one of those people that gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning and let's go run 5 miles or something, Although I highly respect anybody that does that. I think that's awesome, but I just, I don't know, that just isn't in the genes or something. But with that, I mean, nothing was worse for me than going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever had a job where you had to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning or not. It's horrible. You get up like at 6:30 in the morning, you have to hurry up and get ready, you have to deal with traffic. I mean, that just wasn't the way I like starting my day. Well, with this job it was great because, I didn't schedule a whole lot of 8 o'clock appointments. I usually set them up like at 10 o'clock or 10:30, something like that. That way I could get up a little later, I could have a casual start to my day. By the time I got to that first demo, I was ready to work. And I'll tell you, there's something in that. I mean, you're working when you want to versus when you have to. Yeah. It makes it, it was nice having that, flexibility. Here's what my regular schedule was. I go do my first demo at 10, I do one at 11, one at 12, one at 1, something like that. Then I come home and I change clothes, I eat lunch. And the reason why I changed clothes is because I was playing tennis at that time. I wanted to play collegiately. I had to work my tennis game, so I had to give. I usually would put in 2.5 to 3 hours worth of time on my tennis game, whether that was with the ball machine coach, scrimmaging, something like that. I do that in the afternoon. Then I go back to work, and I do a demo like at 4:30. Do one at 5, 6. If I wanted to work late, I'd maybe do one at 7. But what was cool is that I still got a full day's worth of work in. Got to wake up and go to work when I wanted to. Got a chance to do my tennis, which was a priority to me. And I was still done in time in the evening that, if I wanted to do something with, a girlfriend or, go out with my friends or do something like that, there was time available to do that still. And it wasn't like I was working all the time. But I was working when I wanted to, and my focus was a lot better. I think that did make a difference in my results. I definitely enjoyed myself a lot more. Does that make sense, though, how we allow people to juggle their schedules? I mean, that schedule probably doesn't sound attractive to you guys, but for me, it was perfect. Now, as far as like when I went back to college, I remember going back to college. It was so much easier to work during college because you only go to class for like 3 or 4 hours a day. And although I went to UT, and just getting your classes was cool. I mean, that was just, you were just glad you got the classes you wanted. I always had horrible schedules at UT. I mean, I did. I always had split schedules. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you go to class from like 9 to 11, then you have to wait around and go back from like 1 to 2, something like that. Blows like your whole day. I mean, that's always how it seems like every semester I had here, it was like that. But it was cool with this job because I could schedule my appointments around my classes still. I could squeeze a couple in between or afterwards. And there's not very many jobs that'll let you come in for 2 hours, leave for 2 hours, come back for 2 hours, that kind of thing. Yeah?
So even though you were going to school in Austin, you still they have an office?
Yes, we have an office. Oh, really? Yeah, we sure do. We have an office right there on 38th and Lamar. So yeah, and that's one of the things I was going to mention here in a little bit. But that yes, people can transfer, from one city to another city to a different office, if they're going to school in a different place. Sure. Yes.
What if you're on vacation and you sell something? Is that a district?
It's like a paid vacation. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can sell?
Sell anywhere you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Since we have offices everywhere, I mean, we don't have boundaries or zones or anything like that. You can sell everywhere. It's a great question. And it was nice that the flexibility is the point I was trying to make sure everybody caught on to, is that we allow people to juggle their schedules around school and those kind of things, or even if it was a vacation, you could do it around their vacation time, if you had some spare time or something like that. But as far as like class goes, I mean, it was great because if I had like a test the next day, man, I did the big cram thing. I'd always take the day before a test totally off, didn't work at all. I totally studied for my test and crammed for it, so I'd make a good grade on it. I could have probably studied as went along and worked around it, but I didn't. I just took the day off and crammed for it. And that was cool. I didn't jeopardize my job, didn't have to get permission, wasn't anything like that. During finals, I took the whole week off. I mean, because I was pulling all-nighters and everything else. I probably couldn't even have been effective, working during that time. So I took the whole week off, no big deal. Focused on finals. But what was great was that right afterwards, I could go straight to full-time again. Which was nice. I didn't have to get permission or anything like that. I could go straight to full-time hours, which was cool because a lot of my friends were working during school and stuff part-time. Just because they were out of school and had more hours to work didn't mean that the company had more hours to give them to work, And sometimes they had to work, they had to reapply for more hours. They had to wait 3 or 4 weeks before they got, extra hours. And here, I went straight full-time. That was great. During Christmas break, I'd always work full-time for at least 2.5, 3 weeks of the Christmas break. Just that way I could make money for Christmas gifts, that kind of thing. And that was nice. And then I'd take the rest of the break off, so because we usually do family vacation, or do something like that, or I'd go on a ski trip or something. But it was nice that the company's that flexible. And I guess that was the point I wanted to make, is that you can adjust hours and those kind of things as needed. We have some people that have children on our team too. What's nice about that is they never miss a school. They never miss a school play or school lunch. They never miss the soccer game with the Y on the weekends. Because they don't have to. And I guess that, I spent a little time there, but I'd have to say that's one of the things that most of our people really enjoy about our work program, is being able to get lunch. It's a huge advantage. I agree. Now, I don't know if you guys have worked at a job where somebody dictated when you work, but it is nice when you can control it yourself. Good. So everybody has a good understanding of that then? Awesome.